Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome Ridley Township Board of Commissioners meeting. It's October 27th, 2021. Begin with the pledge allegiance to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'd like to call this meeting to order with roll call.
Mr. Saraceni here. Mr. Idaho here. Mrs. Cummings.
Here.
Mr. McMenamin. Here. Mr. Saunders.
Here.
Mr. McCray.
Here.
Mr. Willard.
Here.
Mr. Malaseka.
Here.
Mr. Rinaldi. Roll call's done, Mr. President.
Thank you. I'll move to the public forum. We got Don Taziola.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Here's your name and address.
Don Tazioli, 237 Acres Drive. Nothing major, just the new Wawa. These cars, there's Acres Drives. These cars are making lefts out of the lot constantly. I don't know about during the day because I'm at work, but coming home from work, make it right here, it's always backed up. These cars are halfway sticking out. There's already been an accident, at least 1 or 2 accidents there. And there's clearly 3 signs stating you can't make a left turn out of that front lot. And just all day long and all night, they just make left-hand turns out there.
No, I think we became aware of this. After opened up to Mike and Greg, Mike and Rick Saraceni, they addressed it with the manager. I think he can fill you in on what.
Yeah, I've been in contact with the, actually the traffic engineer that did the study and Wawa. What they're gonna do, Don, is if you hold your map up, I can show you where that upper driveway is coming out. No, not the back one, the upper one, closer to Chester Pike.
Right,
Where
okay.
you're talking where the problem
Yeah,
is.
right here.
Right. They're gonna realign that wall so you can't come out and make the left. It's gonna
Okay.
force everybody down, and they're gonna have to make a left out of the back drive.
Okay,
Now, I had it all finalized 2 weeks ago. They told me it could take a couple of weeks to get it done.
right, okay,
But hopefully that works. If that doesn't work, we're gonna then ask them to actually put barriers there.
okay. I get home around like 4 o'clock every day, just making that right-hand turn. It
Right,
backs
it's
up
hard.
for somebody, some ignorant person's making a left out of there, blocking the whole.
So they're not abiding by the sign, so we're gonna try to sign it, do more that they can't do. So we're taking
Okay.
steps, but Wawa has been cooperative.
Okay, are you guys allowed to patrol that area and stop people, give tickets?
We've been, Jimmy's, the captain's in the back.
Okay.
We've been doing patrols all through Liam over the last couple
Right.
of weeks. We had a big complaint on South Swarthmore, 2 weeks ago, Jim, 3 weeks ago? So they've been on doing extra patrols each week,
Okay,
dealing with problems between South Swarthmore, Acres, and Rodney.
okay, sounds good. That's all I have. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Matthew, I'm sorry, I can't see the last name.
Salabate.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. New to Ridley Township,
Division A.
Matthew Stellabate, 405 Broomall Street.
Perfect, thank you.
New to Ridley Township. It's been, for the past, couple months since school's been, back in session now, that we're having a little issue with the traffic in and around those small streets, Linda Vista, Broomall. Spoke briefly to Commissioner Cummings about it. Kids, driving recklessly up and down. We have children at play, riding their bikes in the street, asking for a little support to keep our children safe.
So Matt, I talked to Joe Ryan, he and I spoke, and
Okay.
we have a machine that actually measures, like how many people are going down the street, the speed. Right now, it's in repair, right?
Right,
Yeah,
should be back
so-
up on the street, and I also, the captain's in the back, he was made aware he's gonna have extra patrols, especially between, 2 to 5. I think you had mentioned to.
In and around the
Commissioner
hours
Cummings
of
that-
2 and 4:30 PM.
Right.
So,
You
so
know,
how
the-
soon
the
will we
thing
be able
is-
to expect?
Well, I'm sure he has patrols out now.
It went out to the platoons today, Joe. So Lieutenant Smith put it out to the platoons, and we're gonna monitor it, and he's gonna direct patrols to that location at that time frame, 2 to 5.
I mean, we looked at, considered a couple things, and maybe, do not enter certain times, but all it's gonna do is push it to the next street, and they're gonna
Right.
still get back into the neighborhood.
I mean, there's kids all over the neighborhood, it's not just our block, it's just in and around that whole vicinity. School lets out, at 3 o'clock, so a lot of people, such as myself and my wife, pick my daughter up, by foot because Edgewood's so close. So,
I think the captain, having aggressive patrols out there, we'll see if we can alleviate the problem.
Right. Captain, you can give the report on what you see or what you have to do.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Well, just so you're aware, when these complaints, the township management, Lieutenant Smith generates a time and number with a timestamp from it, has a case number on it, and then the officers are required within the 12-hour shift to spend time, whether it be a half hour, 45 minutes, whatever they can, around their assigned calls to that specific area, and then they supplement the initial report. So we have a follow-up system in place, times and dates, and when the officers were there and what their findings were. If they gave written warnings, if they gave verbal warnings, if they gave citations, state citations, they do that, and it's been successful so far down in the Leadham Estates section.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, Captain.
Robert Matthews. Strong.
Hi, good evening, council. How are you?
How are you?
Good, thank you. My question basically is,
Can you just give us your name and address?
Robert Matthews, 310 Amos Land Road.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My question to the council is, what exactly is the future plan for the vacate of Spruce Avenue off of Amos?
What is the plans for it? It vacates if we have a development coming in. They're gonna tear down all those big buildings on MacDade Boulevard.
Yes.
It's gonna be flat, and there's gonna be 2 parcels for tenants.
Will Amos Land, the traffic flow, how will that affect the traffic flow of Amos Land Road?
I don't think it should.
Is this a one-way for a short period of time? Considering, yes.
So if you take a left off.
I'm just trying to figure out, I see a lot of confusion at the present time, whether there's going to be some type of turnaround area for the cars to make a U-turn.
No, I think when we had the hearing last month, correct me if I'm wrong, or everybody knows it, it's gonna square off the intersection. Actually, the people thought it was a good thing that you don't have the different points coming in at that.
Oh, it's a very unusual situation.
Yeah, so it's gonna straighten that out, so people won't be able to use Spruce at all. So it'll just be
Straight on Amos Lane.
straight on Ames Lane.
But Amos Lane comes out to MacDade, not in, it comes in from one block to Spruce, to make a left on Spruce. Then it's a one-way up to Academy, I believe it is.
Right, but when you as a neighbor come down Academy, you come to MacDade, you can either make a right or a left. You won't be able to take that shortcut behind those buildings and come out and not have good visibility.
I understand exactly what you're stating. My question would be if you make a left off of MacDade on the Ames Land.
I don't think you
Where are we
can.
going now?
One-
After Spruce is gone?
Right.
Yeah, where are we
That's
going?
my question.
Okay.
Make it like a
Well,
corner.
I think that was made one way to give access to the shopping center. Not many people go up there and make a left on the Spruce because it took them right back to MacDade.
Right.
You follow me?
Still two businesses.
There's still that street you can take a left. It's after that one street, right?
No, it
No,
stops
it's
the
true.
one way,
It stops right at
the
Spruce.
one directional streets stops at Spruce Street. It's a two-way from MacDade Boulevard to Spruce Street. It's a two-way street. So the businesses that's on the corner of MacDade and Anderson Road, which would be Rome Deli.
He'll still have access.
Oh, I understand they'll have access, they'll have frontage access for MacDade, understandable. But I'm curious of where the traffic goes, because I live there and I have a parking lot that, as of right now, even though everything flows freely as your commission agrees to, it doesn't flow that freely because they still turn into my parking lot and run into vehicles in my parking lot, along with company from the Ridley house that comes in there and it makes it a false turn based off of potential GPS. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. That once the street's vacated, what is the option of Amos Land Road? Will it continue to be a one block, two directional road, or will it be then deemed a one-way all the way from Academy down to MacDade Boulevard?
There's no plan to change Amos Land Road.
So basically then what you're saying is it's going to be a dead end. If you take out Spruce Street, which you can make your first left
Right.
at a bi-directional roadway, and the other one, Amos Land, is a one-way coming out to MacDade.
Correct.
It's a dead end. So where is everybody turning around at?
I don't see where people would be turning into Amos Land to make a left onto, we did studies, there wasn't a lot of people
The
making
studies
that
on,
left, come back
on
in.
record?
What's that?
The
I
studies
think
on record?
I think there was a traffic study done by the, Mr. Mika.
You guys have, Jared, do you have any information on the traffic flow when we talked about, when you guys were here last?
We haven't had a traffic report done yet.
Oh, you have it.
But do you do a site plan?
He's looking for it.
I don't have it with this file, unfortunately. This is, I only have my vacation file with me.
See,
You
I
don't
think
mean like your summer vacation. You meant like the road vacation,
I
right?
mean, the road vacation.
I think
It's
what,
not an immediate situation, correct?
Okay.
so I think what you're saying, Rob, if you take a left off MacDade and then say you're not going to the store, the only thing you can do is take a left on the street that we're gonna vacate.
Correct.
But this, I guess the question is, why would they do that? Because they're gonna end up down there if they would've went to MacDade anyway. So maybe you look at it where.
Opposite GPS, maybe I'll take them to Amos Land Road.
Right.
Right?
And trust me, it's a coin toss.
We can look at it.
So it might be that we get rid of that, and if they wanna go to the stores, they'll have to go again. I don't know.
Well, we're not taking the street out right away. We just want to make it so they can, if they want to.
It will be.
No, I have no problem with development.
You have no problem with it, it's just the traffic flow.
Yeah, that's all. I just want
Why
to
don't
make
you let
sure.
us, instead of us walking around without a map or not looking at it, let's look at it and get back.
And again, it's this council, most of you don't live in the general vicinity of 1 block radius where I live, except for Stephen.
Around there.
So I can see the difference of what you see and what I see. I can understand all that.
Unfortunately, Steve got hung up at work.
I do have the road vacation map. Is that what you're?
What do you think the
Vacation
solution?
plan?
What do I think the solution is?
Is that what you want to see?
I guess the question for you, Rob, is do you think a lot of people take that left and then take the quick left again?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I absolutely do.
so that's the question we need to
And
ask.
they also park on Spruce Street because Roma Deli doesn't have
The park.
the accessible parking, yes.
Gotcha.
That's my concern. Okay.
Bob, just so you know, when we develop this, there is going to be an easement to go from Amos Land Road to Maple Road on the back. So if someone makes a
Maple's
left-hand
wild,
turn and realizes, oh, I went the wrong way because it's a one-way, there will be an easement along the back that someone could drive across both properties and end up on Maple Road if that should
So
happen.
that basically maybe,
The development will correct the problem.
then,
Yeah.
The development will correct the problem.
all right, well, then that pretty much.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
No, that's fine.
You're the ones developing it.
That's
I think you guys knew Robert was coming.
That's what I'm trying to raise my hand with you guys about it.
No, that's fine, okay, that's great. That answer was basically solved.
Yeah.
We got there quick.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, I couldn't jump in.
Sure you could have.
Jennifer, come first.
I kept raising my hand.
You're not gonna ask about any traffic patterns, are you?
No traffic.
Oh,
Good evening, Jennifer Caulfield, 654 Brighton Terrace in Holmes. So, in follow-up to the public comment meeting regarding the American Rescue Plan funding, I was hoping you could provide us with some sort of update. Have you decided on any plans for the funding yet?
no, we did meet with the fire companies and we're getting their information. We're still waiting on some monies or some calculations on some engineering projects or stormwater projects. So it'll be still a process.
So any timeline on a preliminary project list available?
Hopefully by next month, but,
Great. Also want to thank you for working on improvements to the township website. I know you mentioned the Board of Commissioner meetings with the archive, the agenda, the minutes, and some of them are now posted. How about the past meeting agendas and meeting minutes? And video archive, will they be available on the website at some point?
can we do that? Whatever we can do, we'll do it. That's fine.
Okay, I think, yeah, you were gonna have a conversation with the website designers to see when that would be happening.
Yep.
Okay, so that is something that can be done. Do you have that
She's saying
timeline?
yes, so we'll look at that for, as soon as we can.
Okay, great. I know right now the meetings posted, they're just a brief outline, but we do have full transcript available. Is that a possibility to get full transcript up on the website? I know other townships do that.
I don't think they do.
Aston Township does. I was checking out Aston Township.
Full
They put the
transcript?
full transcript up on their township website.
There's a copyright issue or something with putting up the whole transcript. We look
Well,
into it.
I
Well, Jack-
respectfully asked if you don't mind even just comparing Aston Townships, just to see how
We'll
they.
look at it, I'm
posted
saying
it.
that that's what we were told, that we can't do it from our.
So
report.
full transcripts are not available. Okay, so, something else, in looking at all these other websites, I discovered, a lot of other municipalities put much more detail into even their agendas. So I kind of took a look at the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act under Office of Open Records to learn more about meeting agendas, and basically, they share that the meeting agenda must be meaningful and it must be more than some generalized terms, generally, which in reality tells the public nothing. So the agenda should provide a specific matter or area where the board will be discussing, deliberating, or taking official action. But in looking through our posted agendas, I noticed the August meeting did not list some official action that was taken regarding the disability retirement for the previous police captain. So I am respectfully requesting that more details are provided in the meeting agendas, including official action that the board will be discussing and deliberating on. Thank you.
Okay, we'll look at it.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
That's it.
John Schaefer.
Good evening. John Schaefer, Cassuth Avenue, Belmont. I was wondering, Director of Safety, did you appoint a new person
Explain approved new person.
for that position? You know who it was. It was Ed Pisani.
Oh, no, we did not.
Well, that was a made-up position, really, for him. So he get a paycheck, he get a paycheck. He was on his way out.
It really wasn't, but. go ahead.
Really wasn't, but-
It's your opinion.
Well, he's down there in the city collecting 3 pensions. Can't beat that.
I,
He worked with you too, right?
he didn't work with me.
Oh, he worked for, Delcora.
He worked for the same company, not.
Yeah, Miller too, right?
I don't work for Miller.
He was involved with Miller too.
He worked a lot of
Pretty
jobs.
good, 3 pensions. And my, president of my union, he's about the only person I know who collects 3 pensions. That's because he's involved in international too. That's pretty darn good. So,
I know, there's a few people I know that have three pensions, and I'm not gonna throw their names out there, but
Yeah,
sure, we know who they are.
in the future, people won't even have one. As far as fire protection, is Valpone allowed to go to a fire call while the staffing job? You should. Well, you're
I
not
don't know
allowed.
the answer to that. If his boss allows him to, then fine.
Well, that'd be through you guys, you pay them.
We don't get into day-to-day. If Joe has a fireman that works for Joe in his office and he gets a fire and he checks with Joe, is it okay if I go?
Well,
And the
especially if you
manager
get a
says-
working fire, you should definitely be allowed to.
Maybe it is.
Clifton Heights allows a driver, they got two men in that work for the highway. And, the one guy automatically, and he called, he drives.
Right.
So, I won't get into the other situation. With, the shortage, it's obvious, so, we won't. Anyway.
The fire companies are all doing well.
No, don't say that. You're not allowed to, you're saying that.
I
You
also
wanna
asked,
do that,
I
you wanna
also,
bluff the people, I'm not gonna get into it again.
I
Another
thought
thing
we
I
were
wanna-
looking for a company to join.
Another thing I want to correct is, you never did, Leadham's Air Bank, you didn't really buy it, the Relief Association bought it. So I don't want you to get credit where it isn't due. Okay?
Okay.
We need that at calls, take care of the air packs. Unless it's their own fire and wall claim, which they run with.
Right.
Other than that, air bank is number one priority, get out. We don't need upland to fill bottles. Not close
Okay.
by. It's a joke. Far as, the hedges there on, Butte County and Cassuth, the neighbor across the street, he keeps them the way they're supposed to be. My grandparents kept them the way they are too. They need to be cut down. For visibility, everything. There's no reason for them to be 12 feet tall like a tree growing.
Right.
The neighbor across the street has a perfect required height.
Okay.
Right? Next, I'll talk about the traffic light we desperately needed, Cassuth and MacDade. Okay? I talked, this situation. Just for example, we had a couple poles taken down across the street. Also, Harvey's locksmith that side. To give you an idea, down toward MacDade, you had officer one time took out a pole. Pickup truck went into the church. And the other side, we had a car went between the Spaders and the tour and travel place, just to name a few. So I talked to Kruger's office. They were in contact with the state. They will assist you in paying for the project, which is very important. And plus, we had a fatality too. The Spaders employee going across the street.
Well, we'll check as we work with our office, and if the PennDOT okay the light? Remember?
I'm not, I believe PennDOT said that a study would have to be done through the township. Has a study been done for a light there? Any kind of traffic calming study?
I don't believe so. Well, I don't know.
Well,
It may have been. I'll have to check.
talking to,
What about the side, don't they look at the side traffic flow or?
well, people are having a hard time making left turns from, by Harvey side, naturally,
Wow, yeah, but you could do that on every street, it has to be.
Well, we need, here to do, we need to slow the traffic down between point A and B, which is Belmont Avenue and Fairview. It's Raceway Park, okay? All right.
We're aware of that.
According to Captain Doc, he said to me that they're doing, he's like stepping up or doing a survey himself, on the traffic.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, ideally would be if we got some development there to tie it in.
That speed control thing, they
How it works for a little
don't
while.
do that.
Yeah.
Like, our biggest culprit is two people blowing through stop signs. This is actually our local residents.
It's, absolutely.
Am I right?
We finally agree on something, John.
That might be one out of a million.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
It's a start.
It's a start, always a start. So, also, the drainage system, talked to Jack Baker at the time when he was working with Canyon Engineering. Under Jerry's parking lot, he need a bigger pipe. You only got a 2-foot pipe, September 23rd, we had that big rainstorm. And the 2-foot diameter pipe doesn't take care of it, Can't handle the amount of volume of water. So that's your issue. It's it's a money project. Jack Baker, he was on the same page as I was when we discussed it. Does he still work with you guys, with Chuck? No, okay.
Probably leave that up to the engineer, do the size of the pipe for different storms, and if you have a downpour like we had a couple of times, it's gonna happen, but it got through after that. I thought somebody went over there and checked.
I was over there, we were talking, but I know what size pipe you need, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been doing that since I was a kid, so, what are you gonna do,
I hear you.
So, I don't forget the song. My age, Oh, excuse me. Positive things, Richie Temple, as far as Memorial Board at Milmont Fire Company, he's on there, and it took me 3 years to get Norm Lincoln on there. I pushed and pushed for it, he's on there. His daughter is well pleased with that. And I got John Pinella, Jimmy Pinella's father, which I know very well. And see, guys now, they don't know who the people are, who we are. So for the record, I'd like to, in my case, you guys know who I am. If I should pass away, I would like to be, put on the board, because nobody really knows me. And
We know you.
I'd like to be on there with my grandfather.
You're not dying on us, are you?
No, you never know. My grandfather's on it.
Maybe we'll name a traffic signal off.
Okay, so, but my grandfather's on there, I like to,
We will all kidding aside, we will make sure that happens.
you know what I'm saying? My first 10 years, I overachieved.
Just your first time?
I gave my first 10. The other 10 slacked off a little bit. Had to go to work
You
more.
slacked off a little bit.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, not totally. Yeah,
All right, we will take care of it.
you know what I'm saying? I'm sure I missed something there, but,
Couldn't possibly.
yeah.
We'll be here next month.
Be here next month. What was it? Oh, yes. We have a new truck terminal down there at MacDade Crossing. There's commercial over the road tractors. They don't have permission from the ownership there, You aware of that? Okay.
Or parking trucks in.
Yes, over the road, and that guy from Ball Plain Avenue, now he's over there. I was talking to Jimmy Pinella, he was, he's good, that favor for his father. We got talking, and he mentioned it, he puts those signs up, okay? He was going to put a sign up. But a woman runs the property management company, I think it's Highland. So, she doesn't really get it, or, so you gotta, a little push from you guys. You know what I mean?
Get the trucks out.
Yeah, come on.
I know.
They're over the road.
We call it, yeah, we call it all the time.
We gotta do is put signs up, say no overnight park. That's all, that's what they do at malls.
Yeah.
So these guys don't sit there in their sleepers.
I know the police have chased them before, so,
Yeah. They've been there quite a while,
yeah.
at least 2 or 3 of them, plus the straight truck, moving truck.
They come and go.
I don't know. I see one.
Check on it.
They're probably under operators, I feel sorry for them, but there's gotta be another place. Somewhere out there or something. Find a good restaurant, park there.
That's
We
right.
need a truck stop, that's what we need. So I'll leave you there with,
Thank you.
but anyway, Harvey, Dan from Harvey wants to speak next on the traffic situation there. You can get a chance to sign the board. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
all right.
Thank you. Dan, who gets an opening act like that?
I don't think I can beat that.
I don't think so either.
Dan Muller,
902 West MacDade Boulevard, Harvey's Lock and Door Service. And I wanted to see if we could put a light out there at Custis and MacDade or Buchanan. We pull in and out of our lot 10, 15 times a day. We're almost risking our lives just trying to make a left coming out of our parking lot. It's very difficult, especially in the evening when we try to go home. The sun is there as well. The traffic on the other street across from Custis is a very dangerous intersection. We moved in around 6 years ago. I've seen 5 very dangerous accidents, 3 entrapments, the pole taken down at least 3 times across the street, and our stop sign taken down at least twice because of very serious accidents. So I was wondering if there's any plan or anything we can do to try to get a light somewhere there. Traffic really does fly by. I've been outside just looking, and if you wanted to walk across the street, you have to go down to Four Eyes, which no one does.
Right.
Or up to Fairview. So just wanted to see what, if any, plans that we could get a light there of how we could do that.
I came in late, but we talked to John about this, or we got the plan, and we'll look with the state representative's office and see what we can get. We're all for it if we can get one.
I understand that.
But a lot of times it comes, it's hooked in with some development, like if Tom and Jerry's or something like that, we're just gonna move in there, and then you get a light. A lot of it depends on the traffic flow.
Sure.
So a lot of times when we add a light, it's usually tied to some kind of development, which is good.
Okay. I just wondered if
Great
anything
for
else.
the people to go to the field, the kids, the families. Yeah, it'd be great.
All right, that's all. I just wanted to see if there's any possibility of that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
For time.
Okay, thank you. Moving along, we have approval of meeting minutes September 16th, 2021 public hearing, and September 22nd, 2021 regular meeting.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Manager's report, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Need a motion to ratify the resolution which was presented to Leadham Fire Company in honor of their 75th anniversary.
I'll make a motion for that.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We received 2 requests for block parties. The first is from Amos Land Road between Holmes and Hutchinson Terrace to hold their block party on October 30th. The second is from Wendy Road to hold their block party on June 4th, 2022. All the necessary paperwork has been received.
I'll make a motion to approve it. It's Academy.
Yep.
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The Brandywine Veterinary Hospital stray dog contract is up for renewal. Renewal terms would be January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022, and compensation would be as follows. $126 per month fee, which would cover the cost of 3 days housing per month. $42 per day housing fee after that. Additional fees for testing would apply if the animal is housed for more than 2 days. If the owner is found, all fees would be billed to them for reimbursement to the township. Only individuals designated by the township may take the dog to Brandywine Vet under this agreement.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Just a reminder that the November Commissioners meeting will be held on Wednesday, November 17th, 1 week earlier than usual due to the Thanksgiving holiday. Also, I know in the past months we've been asked questions about the 2020 audit. The update on that is the 2020 audit is in technical review to ensure compliance with the Government Accounting Standards Board, something the accountants have to do. And it should be issued for public view shortly. The auditors completed the audit report on October 15th of this year, and sent it to a third party for the technical review as required.
Thank you. Also, under the manager's report, we had some interesting meetings last month for some developers on MacDade Boulevard, and we're happy with some conversations that we've been having. Some of the couple small ones was the UPS stores opening up, 1300 MacDade. We have the Delco Steaks and the miniature golf going to open on Monday. Pizza Hut is coming in the Acme Park, in the Acme Center here in the Hair Cuttery, and Ridley Shopping Center behind the building. So we want to welcome them. We also have several other things in the works. As we talked tonight about the vacation of the road, and now those old buildings are going to come down right along MacDade Boulevard, which is great. And they have one tenant coming in. I don't know if we can use the name or not, but they have one in and one coming for that site. They're working on it, so that's good. We met another developer for the RP McMurphy's and the Italian Delight site. He's going to tear them down and he has 2 pad sites, and he has one client locked in pretty much. We're not allowed to say the name yet because it's not signed, and he's going to have another one for the RP McMurphy. So that's great. 2 more buildings that are coming down and 2 new ones going up shortly. Or I shouldn't say shortly, probably next year. China's been working on that property for I don't know how long.
Too long.
It takes time, but we appreciate what you do. We have some new tenants at the old sports club, and also we talked about the Canada property. MacDade Mall is looking to, the Sonic is going to open back up as a Sonic. He said he has somebody interested on the Ruby Tuesday site. He cannot say who. And he also has a couple tenants for the Kmart site. So, we have this Go Puff facility down in the Woodland Shopping Center. They're a food and home essential delivery service. They say they do a lot with like colleges and places like that, and they order groceries and they deliver them to, college kids and seniors. And
They got a lot of money. They took a lot of money. Yeah, it's a big.
So, I mean, it was a good month and talking with developers. It's nice to see some things moving along, and so just want to report that. So, thank you. Recycling report. Smell second.
Thank you, Mr. President. Trash collected in September was 1,322.79 tons. Recycling collected in September was 221.05 tons. We collected 21 TVs and monitors in September through our television monitor recycle program, bringing the total amount to 158 since we started the program back in April. On behalf of the commissioners, I would like to thank everyone who came out to our community shredding event last Saturday. I'm sorry I didn't make the event. I had a funeral. We shredded 11,840 pounds of materials. Special thanks to J&K Shredding and our Public Works and Administration personnel who helped us out that day.
Very good. Controllers report, that's what we have.
Nothing this evening, sir.
Thank you. Sessions report.
I'll
Start till the, okay, before the engineers report. Before we begin, in accordance with Act 65, there's an item that we will need to add to the agenda under the engineer's report. The item is the adoption of a resolution to apply for a traffic signal on MacDade Boulevard and MacDade Crossing. The reason for adding it at this time is the timeline constraints, as the application is due to PennDOT by the end of the week. So in order to take action on this resolution, we must first vote to amend the agenda to add the item. I'll need a motion to add to the agenda.
Make a motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, engineers report. Tanya.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, we have certificates. Recommend approval of following certificates. Radio communication service, the 2021 police radio maintenance, the amount of $3,134.96. ATU Services Incorporated, the 2021 storm and sanitary sewer repair contract, $33,678.09. And Ab initio contractor for the Penvest stormwater improvements, $85,671.44. and Amnesio contracts for the 2021 road program, $471,777.08. McMahon Associates for the Arley bid documents, $390. And McCormick Taylor for the Bowens Lane Bridge rehabilitation, $2,656.49.
I'll make a motion to approve the certificates as read.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
You have 2 escrow approvals for consideration. Both are Nearland Building and Remodeling. The first one is Lot 4 at 866 Michigan Avenue, the amount of $20,790. And the second is Lot 5 at 870 Michigan Avenue for the same amount, $20,790.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Tabulation of bids. We opened a series of bids in last week or so. First one is the 2022 diesel fuel received 3 bids and recommend award to Papco at their low bid amount of differential of $0.0534 per gallon. One of these individually or?
We'll do them all.
All right. The 2022 unleaded
Wait a minute,
gasoline.
can we stop on that? How's that compared to last year? Are these year deeds?
This is just differential. So basically, it's based upon the oil price index at the time that the material is delivered. So, give you an idea, when these were bid, it's $2.41 a gallon is what it turned out to be. But as the oil price index changes, our actual cost changes. We're paying, the bid is based upon how much extra they get to deliver.
Is it based on delivery or is it based like on a monthly number?
It's basically, it's a delivery, based on delivery.
So you're saying it went up?
No, the differential is basically the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead next.
All right. Unleaded gasoline, same 3 bidders. I recommend award to Papco at their differential of $0.0184 per gallon. The 2022 street sanitary and storm sewer repair contract. We received 2 bids for that. Recommend award to ADU Services at their bid unit prices. The Haverford Road Bridge Rehabilitation Project received 6 bids for that and recommend award to Mar Allen Incorporated in their low bid amount of $48,723. We had Knobfield Development contract day for fencing. We received 4 bids on that. The low bidder was Promax Fence Systems at $189,079.75. Recommend it be deferred till next month. Knobfield contract B, which is site improvements, received only 1 bid for that for DePaul and Company, $289,501. Recommend that be deferred till next month. And traffic signal installations as part of the Arley grant, 2 intersections. We received 5 bids on that one. The low bidder was Hardship Construction Incorporated at their low bid amount of $308,509.30. Recommend award of that subject to the solicitor's review.
Okay, so I'm gonna have a motion for number 1 for Papco, number 2 for Papco, number 3 for ATU Services, number 4 for the Haverford Road Bridge project, and then the traffic signal for the Arley grant. So we need a motion to approve those.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we need a motion to defer the 2 Knobfield Development contract A for fencing and contract B for site improvements.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
We have the extension of the ejector station maintenance contract. This is a small sewer pump station on Chester Pike, right by the Zack's Hamburgers there. We got a proposal from John Lewis Electric HVAC amount of $675 a month to continue that contract. Recommend we approve that.
I'll make the motion to approve that.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The Penn Vest Stormwater Improvement Project update. Nick Abinizio Contractors is completing this. We have 6 of the 19 projects completed. They're currently working in the Wyndham Terrace area. That should be completed very shortly. They're going to move over to Chevello Drive and then Morris Avenue. After that, Doggy Road. This is the one we're still having some supply issues. Pipe was supposed to be delivered, hasn't come yet, so we have a meeting Thursday, and we'll have some more answers on that.
Charles, as part of the Darby Road project, that paving that needs to be done in that behind the school, is that scheduled yet?
It is, and it actually may be this week.
And the fence,
The fencing is 8 to 12 weeks out.
okay.
We could, I'll talk about that differently.
Well, that's, I
Yeah,
just need to
yes,
know, because
yes.
I'm getting asked the question.
Right.
Thank you.
2020 road program project update. Finishing that up, they're working up in the Tasker Avenue area. The streets that Aqua torn for repaving those. That alley is mentioned is going to be done when they're finishing up there.
Okay.
And then FEMA flood mitigation program, just so you know, we filed a letter of intent to apply for a FEMA flood mitigation grant for the couple areas of the township, the Agnes Avenue, the Armstrong Avenue, to try to get some relief for those couple of residents who've experienced flooding. The grant applications aren't due until, I think, the November, one of them's due November 19th, the second one is not due till, I think, January. But we're moving forward to try to get them some relief up there.
Very good.
And then finally, the addition to the agenda is this is a PennDOT traffic signal authorization. Just need an resolution authorizing the submission of an application to install a traffic signal. Brief history. PennDOT has a project to improve traffic signal
Where was
wasn't.
the commissioner today?
You might have.
No.
You're right. No, I was wrong. Anyway.
It was on the.
It was.
It was
A
on the
long time
10-year
coming.
plan.
So it had a traffic signal to be installed for the previous shopping center owners that objected to its PennDOT moved it from it. We were able to very recently get it back in. The timeline is extremely short because this project has become a priority for the Secretary of Transportation, the State Secretary of Transportation. They want to get this done. They need to get this done for whatever reasons. Or a short timeline, but we need to have this response to them by the end of the week. The project will be let in February and hopefully.
Where is that light gonna go?
As you come between 470, get off 476 and head this way on MacDade,
Sure.
they have that lower driveway and there's a right turn in. Right,
Yes,
it's gonna be
yes.
facing that basic vicinity.
Okay.
Is that before, remember the old opening that used to be there, or people used to turn this before that?
Down closer, it's like halfway between Fairview Road and 476 interchange. So we would need authorization to.
We have a motion to.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion made second. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Is that it? Okay, Highway Sanitation Committee report, Mr. McMenamin.
Thank you, Mr. President. A reminder to residents, there will be no trash collection on Tuesday, November 2nd, general election day, and on Thursday, November 11th, Veterans Day.
Okay, thank you. Law and Ordinance Committee report.
Yes, I'd like to refer ordinance 2057 to our solicitor.
Thank you, Mr. Saraceni. Mr. President, before the board tonight, we have an ordinance to vacate Spruce Street, extending between Maple Avenue and Amos Lane Road, and adjacent on both sides of the property owned by Cannon Brothers Inc. If you recall, there was a hearing on September 16th, 2021. This ordinance was advertised in the newspaper and also posted as required. In order for the street to be vacated, the ordinance would need to be entered and adopted by the board.
I'd like to make a motion for the adoption of ordinance number 2057, vacation of Spruce Street.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And if I may, also, we have copies of the photos of the posting, and we're still waiting on getting the proof of publication. I want to make them part of the record. If we may, mark them as Township 1 would be the photos, and Township 2 would be the proof of publication we'll receive from the newspaper.
Are we still on target for the beginning of December possibly to have the buildings down?
Yes. Yes.
Sounds good.
So if we could have a motion to adopt those two.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
So this is the adoption to the two things.
Yes.
Correct. Any other questions on the motion? All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, Recreation Committee report, Mr. Donahue.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Registration for the trunk or treat event being held this Saturday, October 30th, is now full. We look forward to seeing everyone who has registered. Mark your calendars for our annual Christmas tree lighting scheduled for Tuesday, December 7th, with a rain date of December 14th. There will be Toys for Tots donation boxes for new unwrapped toys located in the Township Municipal Lobby throughout the month of November for anyone willing to donate. That's all.
Already talking Christmas.
I know, right?
Unbelievable. Public Safety Committee report. Okay, for the month of September, we had 1,084 calls, and the service was broken down as follows: Crumlin 113, Folsom 286, Holmes 84, Belmont Park 53, Morton 51, Ridley Park 144, Seacane 77, Swarthmore 53, and Woodland 253. Another busy month for Red and Blue. Another side note, when I read these, I always think of Lois, but I remember I said it a couple months ago, like Lois used to come to the meetings and ask for the breakdown. I ran into Lois and she had some health issues, but she's doing fine and she's watching us at home, so we want to say hi to her. We miss you. But she's doing well, so that's good to hear. Some of the calls for service involved one of our officers assisting an elderly woman who was driving and became disoriented. The officer accompanied the woman back to her home until the family member was able to arrive. Nice job. Another involved an officer was on routine patrol and observed a vehicle driven by a male with a criminal warrant in Ridley Township. The officer stopped the vehicle, confirmed the warrant, and was arrested the subject. We assisted Ridley Park Borough Police on a call for a suicidal subject laying on the Amtrak tracks from the train station. Police were able to pull the subject from the tracks before the train came and transported the crisis. Police arrested a wanted subject through an investigation of a broken down vehicle in the rear of Woodland Shopping Center, 1936 West MacDade. The vehicle's registration was verified through PennDOT and came back to an individual with a warrant in Pocono Township. The owner of the vehicle, who was on site, was detained until the warrant could be confirmed as valid. Upon confirmation, we arrested him and transported to headquarters. Police and medics were dispatched on a medical emergency. Upon arrival, the front and rear doors of the location were locked, and the complainant was unable to respond. The police removed screens from 2 windows and one locked and gained entry. The patient was transported to the hospital with seizures. Some good work there, Captain. One other acknowledgement we wanted to acknowledge Detective Tierney, who was instrumental in putting away a predator today. The defendant had committed heinous acts in 1988, was released from prison, and 9 years later attempted to engage a child in a sex act. Through Detective Tierney's work with the Internet Crimes Against Children Unit, the defendant was sentenced earlier today to 50 to 100 years in prison. So excellent job by Detective Tierney. Captain, please pass that along. Just wanted to congratulate our township manager. He didn't know this was coming. Joe Ryan on recently completing the 150-mile relay-style law enforcement memorial run from the Navy Yard in Philadelphia to the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C. As you know, Joe and I have been running for years. And, it was hard for him to keep up the first 2 days, but he caught me on the third. I kind of got tired.
You ran out of gas.
Joe is a retired 42-year law enforcement officer and was one of over 175 runners who completed the event. Joe ran 12 miles each day over a 3-day period. This run started in 1996 with 4 volunteer runners and 2 support vehicles. There were 2 officers from Philadelphia Police Department and 2 officers from Delaware River Port Authority Police Department. They started this run during the National Police Week to honor the family members and survivors of officers killed in line of duty. Each year thereafter, they've added new runners and key people to advance their mission. This year marked the 25th year, and this was Joe's 14th year in participating. And that's really some feat, 12 miles each day.
Wow.
And
I'm still recovering.
and a few vodkas in between. I called him one day, hey, make it out, I'm tired, but I'm having a vodka. I'm like, what? You are a runner. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That really is something. Okay, Health Code Department, Saunders.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the month of September, we had 217 permits issued, 56 contractors registered, 64 certificates of occupancy issued, 21 rental inspections, and 20 health inspections. That's it, Mr. President.
Thank you. Anything for the building committee?
No.
Library Resource Center Committee report. Ms. Cummings.
Thank you, Mr. President. Belle from Disney's Beauty and the Beast will visit the library on Wednesday, November 10th, for an in-person princess party with stories, songs, games, dancing, and more. Children are invited to dress in costume. Space is limited and registration is required. College planning consultant Leanne Bullock will present 3 virtual workshops in November. A, how college admission officers review applications and make decisions on November 4th. B, how to get started on your college search on November 11th. And C, how to put your best foot forward in the college application process on November 18th. Register online or by calling 610-583-0593. 4,010 residents visited the library in September and checked out more than 11,300 books and other items. Program attendance in September was 1,205 and is now 9,664 for the year. For more information on library programs and activities, visit our website, www.ridleylibrary.org. Thank you.
They're very busy. Great job. As always. Finance Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. President. All commissioners received a list of this month's bills. I would like to make a motion for approval, subject to the controller's review and approval.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any question on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any old new business?
I'd just like to tell everybody to drive carefully. Halloween's coming up next week, and watch out for the little kids.
Happy Halloween. Congratulations, Joe, and don't forget to vote.
All good.
Again, I'd just like to personally congratulate the Leadham Fire Company and all their members, both past and present, for their 75th anniversary.
That's great. And on this side, anything? Tom?
I just wanted to thank Joe, also John Ward and his team, and Jack DePietro and his team. I had a couple issues and quick response, and the residents were pleased, and I just want to thank them for their hard work and dedication. Thank you.
Okay. A motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, sir.